G'day and welcome to United Tools TV. I'm Dwayne from Oz Tool Talk, and I have here for review the latest from Milwaukee, the next generation fuel impact driver. This is the M18FID, and it's an upgrade from their first generation fuel impact driver that was already really well liked in the industry. So next generation, apart from some updated specs, means a couple of really good things. Firstly, the kits are going to come with 5 amp hour batteries, so you're going to get extra runtime and a lot of work done with this brushless tool. The second thing is it comes with a fast charger, and that's really important. As battery sizes increase, they take longer to charge, so their fast charger charges much quicker. It does these 5 amp hour batteries even a fair bit quicker than the original did the 4 amp hour batteries, so a really big benefit to the next generation tools, this along with the drill and the impact wrenches. So the M18FID is a 3-speed brushless impact driver. As well as those 3 speeds, it has a 4th mode called S mode, which I'll tell you about. The big thing you want to know about is torque, and it has 203 Newton meters, which is just massive. That 203 Newton meters is accompanied by a top speed of 3000 RPM, and I love that manufacturers are starting to put higher speed behind these impact drivers as well as the bigger torque. 3000 RPM is very high, that's your 3rd speed. In 1st speed it has 850 RPM and 26 Newton meters, and in 2nd speed it has 2100 RPM and 80 Newton meters. Those lower speeds are going to give you a lot of control. 26 Newton meters is quite small. It's going to enable you to do delicate work without risking your workpiece with the massive torque that this has in its 3rd speed. That 3000 RPM is going to allow you to do bugle battens in pine, for instance, really quickly, or decking screws really quickly. The 4th mode is S mode, which is for self-tapping screws. So guys who work with sheet metal a lot, roofing, fencing, sheds, that sort of stuff, are going to absolutely love this tool because that self-tapping mode is really good. What it does is it spins up a little bit slower than normal before it hits its full 3000 RPM, which means that your bit isn't going to wander as much. You're going to hold it a bit firmer. Then it's going to go full blast until it cuts through that sheet metal, after which it's going to slow right down so that you can very precisely pull down that fastener without risking stripping the new thread that you've just made. This S mode is really active. It works really well. If you work with sheet metal a lot, this is going to change your life. It's a fantastic feature on the next generation Milwaukee fuel impact driver. In terms of a couple of other specifications, it's about 1.8 kilos with the high capacity batteries. You can use slim batteries as well on these. You get a slight torque reduction. This one will come with 5 amp hour batteries. In length, it's only 134 millimeters, which is nice and short and tidy. It has a single-handed bit holder, which means that when you have a bit you're ready to put in, you can push it into the front of the tool with one hand. You don't need to actually grab the bit holder until you want to pull it out. So that's quite handy. It makes it a little bit faster, especially when you're holding other stuff with your other hand. Now, in terms of what you can achieve with 203 Newton meters, I wanted to give it a real tough test, so I've got some 5-inch, 125 millimeter bugle batten screws and drove them into cypress pine, a fairly old, hard post, and I was really impressed with how quickly and easily it could drive those long screws into that hard timber. So then I wanted to up the ante, so I got some coach bolts, 10mm and 12mm, and drove them down into a treated pine post without pre-drilling at all. Usually you would pre-drill for a coach bolt, even if it is in a softer wood like pine, because it's such a tough test. But the 10mm 3-inch long coach bolts or lag screws, it just smashed them in really easily. It didn't struggle at all. It did them quite fast, which I'm really impressed with. On the 12mm coach bolts, which were 4 inches long, again, it actually did them much easier than I expected. As you get right down to the bottom, it gets really tough. I think one of them, it couldn't pull it right down to the washer, but it was very close and it did it very quickly. So in terms of torque, you're going to struggle to find many impact drivers that can top the torque of this unit. It really is absolutely mind-blowing what Milwaukee have achieved in this small package. It's a really nice tool. I think if you head down to your local United Tools retailer and hold one, you'll be very pleasantly surprised by how small and comfortable it is, despite packing such a monster punch. 203 Newton meters, 3000 RPM. With that self-tapping mode, it's an absolute winner, and I think you'll love it. So thanks for tuning in to United Tools TV. We'll see you next time. Bye.